Hi. Today is December 21st, 2018. This is Olawale Okabola, Spartacus Trading Corporation. You hear some noise in the background. The kids are out of school early and they're driving me crazy. But um, still want to take advantage if there's any opportunities here in the market today, going into the Christmas holiday. Um, where can I start? How about we get an overview of what's going on? You look to this chart. Value is overlapping on both sides. In my recap videos and pre-market videos, I talked about the importance of value. Where's value developing as far as relation to this rally high up here? Hold on, folks. I apologize. I got the little drummer boy here. Anyway, um, so I'm just looking for. We'll wait and see if there's a trade opportunity. There is a possible opportunity going on here. Um, the market, as you can see, is one time framing lower, so I'll go with that trend. We got an incomplete comparator here at the low, but we got an incomplete comparator at the high. The market died in my zone. I did not take that trade because of the incomplete comparator and the fact that value is overlapping on both sides. The only thing that would have me interested in taking a trade short was because we're one time framing. But the fact that we're overlapping on both sides of value, I don't know. See how the market responds to my chop zone. Now the market is beginning to beginning to sell off from that chop zone. Value is only overlapping to lower, so let's not get fooled with price. However, one caveat: we have a double distribution. If I can find it, not anymore. We had a double distribution to the downside, and that was another reason why I was interested in the short. But it appears that double distribution has been filled. I believe one of my charts say it hasn't. Hold on, folks. Stand by. Okay, I was able to confirm. In fact, we do have a double distribution to the downside, so that negates overlapping value on both sides. It negates it. The trade is to the downside. We did clean up that incomplete comparator, but we have an incomplete comparator here at this high. Okay, sorry. I had to lay the law down with the kids. Their room is near my office. All right, what do we got? What do we got? We still got this incomplete comparator. Market is one time framing lower. Okay, folks, we got a double distribution. I call it a dynamic double distribution because it's not officially a double distribution. Oh, it is closed. We don't have a double distribution to the downside, so that negates my downward bias, and we probably can get trade in either direction. We got this incomplete comparator that I'm looking at here that I want to see get cleaned up. So this is a video to share some live trades. Had a pretty good day today. Don't need to talk about the dollar amount, but trust me, it's a great day today, um, because it's all about just paying attention to your actions and your decisions, and let the rest take care of itself. All right. So the only thing we got in the favor is the one time framing. I missed a short just using the bar chart because I had to lay the law down with the kiddos. This was a shorting opportunity for, to grab a couple of bag a couple of ticks, just pad the stats. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Stop up above there. Take that. Miss that trade. No sweat. No sweat at all. Water off a duck's back. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. If there's something to do, um, I will be back in. Want to show you, I talked about this in my recap and my pre-market. Give you some idea from a bird's eye view what's going on in the market, so you're not always paying attention to price. This is the current monthly low, which was yesterday's low. We breached that. We have come back in. Can we get acceptance below yesterday's low? Create a new monthly low. We got a weekly low that I talked about in my recap where I got that low from. We have another monthly low of August 2017. This gets us in this. This is that 2 month, that August July balance area low. And I got to note that if we breach that, then, and if this little small zone can't hold, then we got some more action to the downside. But for something like this, with value being overlapping, value can pull price back. I would want to see either one, continuation of one time framing into the end of today, or two, we get a double distribution that holds. That would now bring in all this stuff. And these, there's not much in the form of support. Um, to support this market, especially now that we're a couple of days away from the Christmas break, and not a lot of traders are in the market. So you got some bullies in the market that understand what's going on, and they can push this market lower because who's going to get in their way, right? So just pay attention to see what's going on. Right now, that is not really on my mind because again, values overlapping the lower. We don't have a double distribution. We just got one time framing, but one time framing can end. So we'll see what we got. I would like to see, and also look, the point of control, which is an anomaly currently, 5 wide. So we can get 5 wide, 5 all the way down here, right? Without getting back up here to make it 6 wide. But this will be an anomaly, something that'll come into play whenever the market opens next week, given the fact that Monday is Christmas Eve and Tuesday is Christmas Day. Maybe Wednesday or something like that. Okay. Remember that this high is a incomplete comparator. So I'm just waiting to see if there's any trades to take, and if there is, I will share those trades with you. Stand by. I can use this video as a teaching tool. A trade hasn't come up that I'm interested in. I talked about this high being an incomplete comparator. From my trader worksheet, the odds are 3-3, right? It's a push. Even though we're getting price action to the downside, this is how the market can get itself short. We got an incomplete comparator, right? Value is overlapping on both sides, right? We don't have a double distribution. However, we do have one time framing, which that's fine and dandy. But look at this. Short-term traders continue to mechanically sell off this trend line, pushing the market lower. Now, you see these touches? If they don't get what they're looking for, and this is on a 5-minute chart, so this is real weak money, right? If they don't get what they're looking for, they're the first to cover, okay? But on the bar chart, as you can see, right, there's no value. You don't understand value. You don't see an incomplete comparator. You don't have any real true context. It's just mechanical trading, right? But you've seen that value is only overlapping. The point of control did not migrate as of yet, but they're steady trying to sell the market off. They got to continue the one time framing lower, or they're going to be in trouble, or get a double distribution and stay to the downside. If they don't get that, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be forced to cover. They're going to be buyers. And now you crank in the fact that there's an incomplete comparator here. You just wait for a buy signal, perhaps to fade them, because they will cover and they will lift your boat. And understanding who's doing the selling helps out a lot. So we can watch this chart this 5 minute chart and see how they sell if they sell again at this trend line. So I use the profile and the bar charts to bring the information together, but without the profile, I have no context. This is just mechanical, non thinking, go with the flow type of trading, right? Which there's nothing wrong with it if you're able to manage to trade effectively. Now, if we shoot up past this trend line, right, we know why. They're covering, they're shorts. You see these highs not that far from each other, right? So, they got a lot of they got an interest in keeping the market to the downside. So we'll just watch and see. Um, I don't want to fight one time framing, so I'm not necessarily interested in the long. But if we make a new low, and say, for example, we make a new low, and then we come back in again to yesterday's range, inside yesterday's low, I would perhaps be interested in taking a long trade to see if we can get this incomplete comparator, and I will monitor. Conviction to the upside. I'm sorry, folks. That's not the incomplete comparator. This is the incomplete comparator. Okay, my bad. So we can let that hold, take out the low again, take out this low, but come back in range, see what we get with value. Value is not going to get any lower unless the point of control can migrate lower. And it appears we took out that. So those shorts that I talked about in this 5 minute bar, those shorts are covering, right? They're forced to cover if they didn't exit their positions. And so now we are paying attention to the comparator, see if we get a good high. Got another weak comparator. I mean, incomplete, not weak, but incomplete comparator. Want to see that taken out. Market has a lot of work to do to end one time framing. So really, this period with which is H period is just balancing. H period is just balancing within G period, right? So we got this incomplete comparator here at the high that we're watching. Want it to be complete, and then perhaps maybe we now join the fray to the downside, and these folks that are buying, not understanding or appreciate the power of one time framing, now they're going to be forced to run for cover because they're going to have to get out their position because they're not at least getting above this high, right? So they're going to run for cover, and we'll profit for them liquidating their position. So something to do, I'll bring you in. Okay, folks, I am short at 53.50. Right there. Let me confirm my dome. Yes, I am. Okay, I need to pay attention instead of fooling around with these markers and manage my position. I'm short too, but I am also looking to leg into this trade. I'm just playing one time framing. Market is working in my favor, but in this zone, I took one contract off. My second contract is my stop is moved a tick above break even, so my stop is here. It looks like I'll get stopped out. My stop is at 53.50. No, 50. Yeah, 53.50. Stop is filled. So I just snagged, I don't know, maybe $100. Got in, got out, went on the grind. And guess what? It pays the. I apologize for the software. I need to shut it down and then bring it, reset it, let it recalibrate, but it's okay. So it just pays to understand what's going on and be a little bit nimble, light on your feet, and take what the market gives you. Immediately get your stop to a point where you know you're not really going to face any heat. That's another short. That is another short, possibly. But with the time at 127, I'm just going to hang tight. We got another period open, so let's do some structural. Um, let's look at the structure, see what happens. So the point of control is 6 wide. If the next period opens, we'll be 4 wide here. It's 4 wide there. We can possibly get up here and be 4 wide. We got an incomplete comparator, so we're not interested in shorting anything. So the market could trade up. Allow us to be 5 wide, excuse me. Caught me after lunch. 5 wide here. We can get to be 5 wide here. That means one time framing would not stop. But if we get here and sell off, the highs are just too exacting for my tolerance. So I'll let it go. I was interested in taking that short. That would, well, there you go. You see it for yourself, right? That would have been a nice short. Pick up $100 or two. Just continue to pad the stats. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing winning on the grind. Where else can you go in this world or in America where you can grab a quick $200 in a minute? You know, so sometimes with my trading, and this is just to help you with trade management. I think as a layman, you know, um, grabbing 100, $200 within a minute, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're making more than $200 an hour. Think about it. If you're a wage earner, so sometimes you just take what the market gives you. Don't sweat it. So that way you preserve your mental capital. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm not preaching anymore. This video is running about 18 minutes, so at least you saw me take a quick trade, and the market's trading lower. If there's something to do, I'll make a part two, but I'm going to take a break now. This is Olawale Okabole with Spartacus Trading Corporation. Praying you having a good day today like me. Take care.